Hello YouTube, it is your boy GZTV. We are back with yet another video, and you probably won't get this video till like Thursday, but we are here to talk about Dexter Resurrection. I just could not wait any longer. We had to get into episode 4. We have Call Me Red, and I'm gonna be honest, like I was kind of lost in this episode, not because it wasn't a good episode. Surely there's great implications for the series moving forward, but I don't know, man. I was kind of dozing off to some of this stuff. Like, you guys can let me know in the comments. We can start a discussion. I'm gonna have to watch some like recaps and explained videos because I missed a lot of this stuff. Like, you had to be glued to the screen 100% of this episode. I'll try to do better in the future, but my god, I was very fucking confused. I'm probably gonna have to turn it back on at some other point. But, you know, just kind of getting into it, just kind of summarizing what happens here. Dexter attends a serial killer dinner party with impressive guest stars. I mean, yeah, we obviously knew there were gonna be multiple serial killers in this show. They hinted at that in the trailer, but I did not realize they were gonna have the ensemble that they add here. Dexter befriends Mia at the party and reverts to true form by killing another killer, which was fucking awesome. That was a really crazy turn that I understood and that I applaud the show for. But yeah, Mia, obviously played by a legendary actress from one of my favorite shows of all time. We will talk about her in just a second. And then Harrison is visited by Angel Batista, a confrontation that we knew was probably going to happen at some point, and it's awesome to see here. Angel Batista obviously suspects Dexter as the Bay Harbor Butcher. That's been kind of the storyline that's been building up all this time. So this show has been gripping audiences with its first 3 episodes, but the drama and excitement has been taken to another level this episode. I mean, obviously the setup and all that stuff has been huge, and I haven't really been able to grasp it. Maybe I was a little tired from work today. I don't really know what was happening with me, but I didn't really grasp this as much as I wanted to. With the longest episode in the history of the entire franchise, Dexter Morgan's life is taken in a fresh direction with a serial killer dinner party, an idea that only this show could make work. You couldn't really get this done in Miami, and again, plot lines and certain details of the show are unique to other shows, which is what makes these spin-offs from this franchise so far so good. This episode has proven to be another entertaining episode, I would say, as the show continues to march forward with multiple storylines all being advanced in a refreshing manner. We're not even at the mid-season finale yet, and it already fucking feels like it. There's all sorts of crazy shit going on. Again, not quite my grasp, but we'll talk about it. So obviously the first thing I want to talk about is Dexter heading to the serial killer dinner party, and you know, this cast is bolstered by some pretty impressive guest stars. I mean, we saw them get Uma Thurman. We've seen them get plenty of other actors and actresses, but man, the killers here are incredible. So at the end of the 3rd episode, Dexter learns that Red had been invited to a serial killer dinner party. That's obviously coming off the last video. Go watch that review if you haven't already. And given that his identity had been kept private, he opts to attend in his place. It's like, yeah, they're not going to be able to trace shit back because the Dark Passenger is such a private person. After cutting off Red's finger as part of his first kill of this season, Dexter is able to get his fingerprint, which is all he needs to access this new environment that opens him up to a whole new world of serial killers and such a unique kind of social construct, such a unique social environment, and such a unique dynamic within the show that, again, I think only this sequel in particular could pull off. This is where the show adds an insane cast of guest stars. You get Peter Dinklage, Eric Stonestreet, Neil Patrick Harris from How I Met Your Mother, David Dastmalchian, and Kristen Ritter herself from fucking Breaking Bad. They all joined the show for the first time. That is incredible. I don't know what else Kristen Ritter's been in. I'll pop it up on the screen. Dexter's first introduced to the mysterious Leo Prater, who is played by Dinklage, who we kind of referenced in the last review. He's the man who has put the whole event together. It's not really Charlie. We thought Charlie was going to be the main antagonist, the main like side player in this whole thing, but it really is Leo Prater. He leads Dexter, pretending to be Red, to see his personal collection of serial killer memorabilia, quickly giving an insight into the type of person he is. I think this is a really cool type of character and a really cool type of dynamic and character interaction that we could be seeing between these two. You know, he's collected the bloodstained fridge from Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment and the clown costume that John Wayne Gacy used, and I definitely really appreciated the cultural references they made here. But he also has items from previous serial killers in the Dexter franchise. Again, another opportunity to kind of have some fan service and like the fun callbacks. You know, Arthur Mitchell's hammer is shown, the table where Dexter's brother Brian, the ice truck killer, died. Thought he killed himself, but no, Dexter killed him. As well as items from the serial killers at the party. They wanted them to bring some of their trophies so he could put them in his collection and all these things. However, the most notable item was the blood slides of the Bay Harbor Butcher himself, even above like all the cultural references and the show callbacks. That was the coolest thing. Prater is aware of Dexter's Dark Passenger. He's aware that the Bay Harbor Butcher exists, and this is one of the first times in the show's history that Dexter has seen like the nationwide / even worldwide impact that the Bay Harbor Butcher himself has had, and that's a really cool moment. While Dexter doesn't reveal himself, there's no doubt that showing the slides is a hint of what might come in the future. It's gonna be fucking crazy, dude. Dexter then met Mia, who is better known as Lady Vengeance and is someone who kills sexual predators, while Al then appears. So we knew right off the bat, you know, it's kind of crazy seeing Michael C. Hall and Kristen Ritter be such a crazy duo on screen. It's like a crossover of shows. It's actually insane. Obviously, Alice, played by Stone Street, and presents himself as a family man who takes people's ponytails as his trophies, which is kind of fucked up. Lowell is the next to arrive, with Neil Patrick Harris's character being far more arrogant than the rest, which instantly gets Dexter's back up. You know, he gets it right away. This guy's a fucking asshole. He needs to go. If he kills someone without justification, he needs to go. Finally, Dash Malshian's character appears, who's far quieter and slightly more sadistic, with all of them sitting down for a meal, where Prater makes it clear that he has more plans for them moving forward, and just kind of talking about the hints of what to come. I mean, there's a lot of fan theories about that. I'm not going to get into that right now. This video is already going to be long as shit. So obviously you kind of transition to Dexter getting to know some of these guys, some of these serial killers. Like, it's a love-hate relationship for the dark passenger and how he's going to interact with these characters, and that was so interesting to watch. Again, at this point in the show, I was dozing off. I was getting tired. I don't know if that's because the show is boring at this point. I don't know. So I'm going to be a little blurry. Sorry if I sound a little fucked up here, but while Dexter gets to know all of the serial killers on a surface level at the dinner party, there are two guests in particular whom he wants to know more about, and he doesn't wait for another invite to do that. He's getting connections right away, and that's really awesome. I like how fast the show is moving. Mia is the killer who becomes closest with, possibly romantically in the future, which would be kind of crazy to see Ritter and fucking Michael C. Hall do that, mainly because Dexter wonders if she has a code of her own because she kills sexual predators, so that's an instant connection. They kill people because of past traumas. They kill people for a reason. They live by a code, if you will. It's something that incidentally ties in with the man Harrison kills in the first episode of this show, which is kind of cool, and Dexter arranges to go for a run with her. You sort of wonder, again, the fan theories start to come in, you sort of wonder, like, what's going to happen there? They hit it off and almost take things, again, to a romantic level, but Dexter's dark passenger lures him away towards another of the killers, Lowell. Lowell revealed during the dinner party that he has a new victim in mind. Tonight's the night, as he wants to collect a new tattoo. Dexter intends to investigate that, but when they agree to meet for a drink, it becomes clear that Lowell, again, is about to kill, forcing Dexter into action as he winds up taking Lowell to his own kill table. Again, Mia is obviously safe, but none of these other serial killers have a motive. None of these other serial killers do this with a good motivation for a good cause. They're gonna have to go, and Dexter might be picking them off one by one. I don't know. Here, fans get to see classic Dexter Morgan in action as he murders Lowell after revealing his true identity. He then creates his own blood slide to showcase that he's going back to who he truly is. He's not compromising his personality. He's not compromising the original character for anything. Obviously adding new dynamics and new storylines, but he's still gonna be Dexter, which is amazing. It's an interesting dynamic and shows that Dexter might be returning to being the true serial killer fans know and love, while also leaving fans wonder if he will end up chasing down the rest of the group throughout the series, and that's a storyline that's going to be bubbling, and it's amazing. Harrison Morgan is visited by blasts from his past as well. We'll get into Harrison Morgan because these two are really the big characters in the show. Kind of the ultimate reunion, finally delivering on that. Again, something that's been similar to like Dexter killing someone, something that's been brewing for the last 3-4 episodes is Harrison meeting Angel Batista. Harrison Morgan's storyline took a significant twist this episode as well when he was visited by Angel Batista. However, what starts off as a friendly reunion quickly becomes serious as Batista reveals that he thinks Dexter is the Bay Harbor Butcher, implying that he's still alive and at large. It's the first time that he's openly said that to anyone. Obviously, he's conspired about it before, but he's like making it known, proving that he is truly on the hunt for his former friend, and he doesn't stop there. Batista goes to meet the detectives working on the Empire Hotel murder when he highlights the similarities in the way the body was disposed of with the Bay Harbor Butcher, intensifying the situation. So now we have a faction. Now Angel Batista found the NYPD. It's going fucking down. Batista doesn't let up on that either as he meets Harrison again, urging him not to become his father as the pressure on the young man continues to escalate. We need to take this guy down once and for all. So during the episode, Harrison collects the watch of Ryan Foster, which he was fixing for him before he decided to murder the hotel guest. But the show does a great job of utilizing the sound of the watch as it slowly ticks throughout the episode, kind of having like this PTSD type of effect, and I think that's pretty awesome. Harrison becomes increasingly panicked over what the best course of action is. He doesn't know what to do because they're really on his tail. Angel Batista could possibly be another player on his tail as well, and it's getting crazy. The sound builds up to the point where Harrison feels like he's going to explode as he heads to the police station to confess. And this is what ends the episode, but that's when he is finally visited by a ghost from his past in the form of his father. What a fucking cliffhanger. What a way to lead us into the 5th episode in the mid-season finale. Dexter appears just in time to stop his son from handing himself in, ending the episode on an insane cliffhanger. I mean, they've had some pretty crazy cliffhangers in the past with this show so far, but wow, it took it to a whole nother level. And just overall, I mean, it was an episode that significantly advanced the storyline, not only with Harrison and Dexter's reunion, but also with how the new characters were introduced and the fresh dynamics that were showcased. It's really awesome to get introduced to so many new characters. I think that's amazing. There's a lot of potential for where the show can be taken now, and that's only going to increase the buzz that currently surrounds it. So there you have it. I think it's time for a review. And the big thing here is adding more serial killers, just kind of getting into a general review. I think it's great. I think it's a smart addition. It will help make the show unique compared to the rest of the franchise. Again, that's one of those storylines that only this show can pull off. It sets up a lot of potential storylines. And again, like I said, I was kind of zoned out. I obviously appreciate how amazing this episode was, how pivotal it was to the overall trajectory of the season and the show as a whole in the long run, but I don't know what it was. Again, it's outside factors. I'm not blaming the show at all. I do thoroughly enjoy. I was locked into Mia and Dexter's relationship. I was locked into some of the conversations Angel was having with Harrison. I do think it was kind of boring them just sitting at the dinner and like talking. Some of the conversations were a bit meh, but overall, I really enjoyed this episode and I like what they have to bring. Obviously, episode 5 comes out this Friday, and I think I'm just gonna put this out there right now. I'm done waiting. I know videos are in the way, but if the episode comes out and I start hearing bumblings about it, I'm gonna have to watch it, and I'm just gonna have to record the video and put it on the back burner until my other projects are done. Because wow, this show, not like most other shows I've watched, has really reeled me in, because new episodes come out every week. I'm watching the show live, and that's kind of an interesting dynamic for the channel. Again, this video will come out Thursday, probably like a day before the next episode comes, and I think that episode will come out probably Monday or Tuesday. So you guys are getting some Dexter reviews live, like as I'm watching it, and that is so fun. I definitely think I need to do that more often on the channel. It helps the views, it helps the engagement, and it just helps like the cool experience of it. So I think with that being said, I am out, guys. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I have a Happy Gilmore review coming out, and then this will come out after that. And then if we have time before the new episode comes out, I might watch a movie from kind of my MCU excursion. Once this show is over though, I think it's safe to say, and once there's not many more new releases, I think it's safe to say we can shift our focus completely to the MCU and try to get that done by the end of the year. But I'm out, guys. Have a good rest of your night.